O divine source of all life, as the first gentle rays of dawn break across the horizon, I stand in the sacred space of this new day with a heart wide open to your infinite mercy and grace. In this moment of quiet brilliance, I call upon you, Creator, Sustainer, and Guardian of all souls, to shine forth your radiance and dispel every shadow that seeks to undermine my peace. I ask that you envelop me with your luminous presence, nullifying every hidden agenda and every whisper of malevolence plotted against me, so that the plans of the enemy may be rendered powerless by your transcendent love and truth. I declare, with every breath that life bestows, that your holy light surrounds me, as an impenetrable shield against all designs of darkness. I recognize that the tools of negativity have no hold here, for in your name, every chain of oppression is broken. I speak these words in the authority of divine love, affirming that every strategy conceived in deceit, every curse uttered in silence, and every plot devised to cast down my spirit is hereby cancelled and transformed into seeds of blessing. Declaration of protection and deliverance. O great protector, I summon now the legion of celestial beings, the mighty archangels and countless messengers of light, who stand in eternal vigil over those who call upon your name. Archangel Michael, valiant warrior of heaven, wield your flaming sword to sever all cords of negativity and dispel the dark designs that lurk unseen. Archangel Raphael, gentle healer and guide, lend your restorative energy so that every wound inflicted by enemy schemes may be healed by your divine touch. I invite the presence of all holy intelligences to align with me, ensuring that every nefarious plot is nullified in the radiant power of your protection. I cancel every dark declaration, every insidious thought, and every malicious plan, past, present, and future, that has been decreed against me. By the authority of truth and purity, I break every chain that seeks to shackle my spirit. I dismiss every curse that has been cast in secret, and I release every negative energy designed to cloud my destiny. Today, I stand resilient in the embrace of your everlasting grace, secure in the knowledge that your love transforms every scheme of darkness into a beacon of hope. Breaking the chains of darkness. In this sacred hour, as the vibrancy of dawn infuses the world with life and promise, I consciously step away from the remnants of yesterday's shadows. I inhale deeply the breath of new beginnings, allowing crisp, divine energy to fill every corner of my being. With each exhalation, I release all that no longer serves the light, every trace of despair, every syllable of doubt, every residue of negativity that might have been sown by the enemy's subtle hand. I boldly declare that the mystic power of divine love is far mightier than any scheme of the adversary. I cancel and render void every curse, every incantation, every plan devised to break my spirit. As the morning dew evaporates under the warmth of the rising sun, so too do the enemy's hidden works dissolve before the brilliance of your holy intervention. In the stillness of this moment, I affirm that my heart is a sanctuary of peace and that my mind radiates with clarity, purpose, and unwavering faith. Alignment with heaven's will. O blessed presence, let my soul now resonate in perfect harmony with the eternal chorus of heavenly wisdom. I ask you to guide my every step, to enlighten my every thought, and to empower my every action so that the pathways you have laid out for me shine forth clear and unobstructed. May the intentions of the enemy, no matter how subtle or covert, fade away like the remnants of a forgotten dream in the wake of your magnificent truth. I set my intention this morning to live each moment as an expression of divine favor, surrendering fully to the natural order of goodness that permeates all existence. I consecrate this new day to your service, trusting that every negative design is met with the resounding affirmation of love, unity, and unyielding strength. Let the radiant frequencies of hope and forgiveness be my armor, deflecting every plan of discord and every attempt by dark forces to disturb my inner sanctuary. An affirmation of blessings and abundance. Today I proclaim that every evil plan, every shadow of negativity, is not only cancelled but reversed into a fountain of abundance and light. I receive with open arms every blessing prepared for me by divine providence. As the enemy's schemes vanish before the unassailable power of your truth, I claim the fullness of life, joy, prosperity, peace, and love, that is my birthright. I acknowledge that in the sacred interplay of light and darkness, it is your eternal light that previous no matter what forces may have tried to sow discord in my path. Your guaranteed protection and favor ensure that my day is secure, my heart is joyful, and my spirit is ever uplifted. Every moment is imbued with your power, transforming even past betrayals and deceptions into stepping stones toward greater wisdom and luminous victory. Meditation on divine empowerment. In quiet reflection, I center my energy on the vibrant pulse of your creation. I envision an all-encompassing shield of shimmering light, the living embodiment of your promise, and I let it settle around me like a mantle of serenity. Within this sacred space, I am free from the pull of negative forces. Every attack, every subtle insinuation of harm by the enemy is rendered null by the transcendent force of your grace. I let these images of divine protection saturate my entire being, and I trust in the certainty that your power surpasses any mortal scheme. With the rising sun as my witness, I affirm that today is a canvas on which divine favor will paint its masterpiece, where every effort to undermine my worth is irrevocably canceled, replaced by the vibrant strokes of creativity, health, and spiritual abundance. I entrust all my vulnerabilities and strengths to you, knowing that in surrendering to your light, I am fortified against any stratagem of darkness. A sacred vow of unyielding faith. I now commit these words to my heart and to the expansive universe, declaring that I shall walk the day guided by truth, nurtured by compassion, and shielded by divine power. I vow to remain ever vigilant against the subtle designs of the enemy, to recognize and dissolve negativity wherever it appears, and to cultivate an inner sanctuary where only love and light abide. Every vow, every promise spoken in this prayer stands as a testament to the unassailable power of faith over the ephemeral forces of darkness. I honor the sacred truth that my destiny is intertwined with the eternal pathways of divine will. I cast aside all that is discordant and toxic, embracing instead the natural order of inspiration and healing. Let this sacred vow echo through every corner of my world, that all works of darkness are overcome by the resplendent sanctuary of your love. Gratitude for the dawn's renewal. In the quiet majesty of this morning, I pause to offer profound thanks for the renewal that accompanies each sunrise. I am humbled by the simple yet extraordinary gift of another day, a day now sanctified by the cancellation of every evil plot that might have dared to touch my spirit. I honor the sacred cycle of rebirth and renewal, knowing that with every new dawn, I am granted another opportunity to align with higher truth and boundless possibility. I give thanks for the unseen guardians who stand with me, whose luminous presence ensures that my path remains clear and defended. With each beat of my heart, I am reminded that I am deeply cherished, abundantly blessed, and forever protected. This gratitude fuels my spirit and propels me forward, confident that the blessings of the divine will multiply in my life and radiate outward, touching all those who journey nearby. With these loving declarations, I inaugurate this day as a realm of transformative power. Every syllable of this prayer is an act of defiance against all schemes of negativity, a bold proclamation that no evil plan shall cast its shadow upon my life. I seal these words with an unwavering trust in the eternal promise that light overcomes darkness, and that I am forever encircled by the sacred forces of love, protection, and benevolence. May this prayer serve as an ever-present reminder of my divine protection and my commitment to live each moment immersed in sacred purpose. In the majestic name of all that is luminous and true, I cancel every dark design and welcome the infinite gracious blessings that flow abundantly into my life. O eternal source of light, as I continue this sacred dialogue with the divine, I entreat you to pour forth an even richer outpouring of your benevolence upon my heart and soul. In this moment, I call upon the vast host of heavenly beings, those mystic guardians and celestial protectors, to enwrap me in their shimmering aura of truth and love. May every corner of my being, every thought and intention, be illuminated by your transcendent radiance. I invite the presence of Archangels Michael, Uriel, Raphael, and every guardian of the light to stand resolute at my side, cutting through every deceptive web that the enemy has spun with shadows and doubt. With unwavering faith, I declare that every sinister design, every ill-conceived plan aimed at dimming my inner light, is now dissolved into nothingness by the unstoppable force of your love. I ask, in the sacred vibration of my soul, how can the enemy's scheme survive when the heat of your divine fire burns away all falsehood and negativity? The answer resounds in every divine breath. I am fortified, indestructible, and bathed in the eternal luminescence of your truth. Every curse, every whispered malice, every ill-intentioned incantation now bows before the might of your eternal grace. I release into the hands of heaven the remnants of negativity that have dared to intrude upon my spirit, for your power transforms even the bleakest shadow into a stepping stone toward greater light. With the fierce light of 1,000 suns, I command every covert alliance of negativity to disintegrate. I speak these words with the authority granted by divine might. Let every hidden trap, every deceptive scheme, and every malicious declaration that has ever aspired against me be cancelled and turned into a radiant beam of blessing. In the sanctuary of this blessed moment, I cast a protective circle around my heart. Like a fortress built on the rock of truth and assurance, my inner sanctum now banishes disappointment, fear, and all forms of darkness devised by the enemy. I now affirm in the language of the Spirit. I am enveloped by an unyielding shield of divine love. I am aligned with the cosmic order of justice, truth, and abundance. Every trace of negativity is reclaimed and converted into hope, strength, and healing. May each syllable of this decree ring forth like a clarion call to the celestial realms, ensuring that the enemy's misdeeds are not only nullified but transmuted into the seeds of blossoming blessings. The reverberations of this command resound throughout the dimensions of time and space, leaving no room for the darkness to gain a foothold. O divine healer, as the morning dew gently graces the earth, so too does your nurturing spirit touch every wounded part of my being. I invoke your healing light to permeate the depths of my soul, dissolving every scar inflicted by past attacks and every lingering echo of despair. Let the pure waters of divine mercy wash over me, cleansing every remnant of malicious intent cast by the adversary. I allow your restorative grace to turn every sorrow into a radiant lesson, every pain into a spark of wisdom, and every division into the unity of love. In the interplay of celestial elements, I find the sacred union of earth, water, fire, and air. With each element, I declare, Earth, may the solid ground beneath me absorb and neutralize every bit of negativity, transforming it into fertile soil from which new blessings shall grow. Water, let the purifying streams of divine love cleanse each thought and emotion, leaving behind only clarity and grace. Fire, may the transformative flame burn away all outdated curses, leaving only the brilliance of renewed spirit. Air, let the gentle breezes carry away every murmur of doubt, replacing them with whispers of eternal hope. Thus, in the sacred symphony of nature, I witness the power of transformation and rebirth. The enemy's designs are melted away by this convergent force of sublime energies. In the quiet recesses of my inner sanctuary, I stand as a beacon of luminous truth. I affirm that my spirit cannot be broken by the winds of deceit or the storms of dark intention. Instead, I rise with a renewed, resolute heart, undaunted and steadfast in my divine purpose. I reclaim every moment marred by uncertainty and reassemble them into a mosaic of unwavering faith. I now proclaim, I am the master of my destiny. No external force can alter the inherent goodness entrenched within me. Each challenge is an invitation for my spirit to grow ever stronger, harnessing the transformative energy of divine purpose. Every negative attempt by the enemy is but a shadow before the brilliant light that now floods my entire being. In this sacred place where my heart meets eternity, I do not fear the subtle whispers of the enemy. Instead, I welcome them as reminders of the divine promise that even in the midst of darkness, the radiance of goodness will prevail. I commit to walking in the path of light, with every resolute step dispelling clusters of gloom and replacing them with sparks of creativity, wisdom, and hope. Beloved guardians of the upper realms, I call upon you to wish strength to my cause. I beseech the full might of your angelic legions to stand unwaveringly around me, so that every hidden snare of the enemy is rendered powerless by your luminous intervention. As I journey further into this day, may your protective presence be the constant echo that drowns out the clamor of negativity, ensuring that every step is blessed and every thought is guided by divine insight. I envision the harmonious chorus of heaven converging on this sacred space. Archangel Michael, let your mighty sword of justice sever the lingering ties that bind forms of dark influence to my soul. Archangel Gabriel, infuse my spirit with the resonant power of truth, so that no false note may disrupt the symphony of my inner light. Archangel Raphael, surround me with healing grace, mending all fractures wrought by adversarial forces, and rekindling the flame of divine hope within. Together, let these sacred beings form an impervious circle that nullifies every piece of devious intent and transmutes every ill will into the grace of unconditional love. May their chorus sing out in triumphant harmony, reinforcing in my heart the unshakable reality of universal protection and abundance. The spiritual charge against the enemy's design. Today, I boldly set forth a spiritual charge, an unwavering mandate that decisively cancels every plot created in the realm of darkness. I declare that the enemy's efforts, however ingenious in their concealment, are powerless before the explicit declarations of divine dominion. I call upon every power of light, every word of truth, and every incantation of sacred protection to rally in a grand chorus of victory. I say to the forces of unclean thought and manipulative strategy, your plans, conceived in the dark corners of deceit, are now disassembled by the potent energies of enlightenment. Every strand of negativity that once sought to shackle my spirit is now unraveled by the uncompromising force of divine intervention. I declare these designs null and void, their intentions reversed into pathways of healing, creativity, and joyous transformation. Let this be known throughout the unseen realms that no weapon formed against me, no whispered curse, no hidden snare, shall flourish when opposed by the resplendent, all-encompassing aura of divine love. The enemy's tactics dissolve like mist under the first light of dawn, leaving only a trail of radiant affirmations in their place. The meditative embrace of eternal wisdom. In this still moment, I pause to breathe deeply and center my consciousness in the eternal presence of divine wisdom. I meditate upon the boundless truth that my inner light, grounded in the certainty of spiritual abundance, can never be diminished. I open my heart to the lessons whispered by ancient souls and divine messengers, recognizing that every experience, be it marked by adversity or filled with joy, is a note in the grand symphony of existence. I cultivate an inner silence where the true essence of my being resounds, untroubled by the clamor of external negativity. In this space of calm clarity, I discern the divine orchestration at work in every moment, realizing that every challenge is but an opportunity to align more closely with the cosmic rhythm of grace and enlightenment. In this meditative state, I embrace the assurance that my path is divinely ordained and illuminated by boundless love. The comforting truth that all negative energies, once given their due course, will be transformed into the building blocks of deeper wisdom. The understanding that I am part of a larger, magnificent tapestry where every thread of experience contributes to a picture of transcendent beauty. The declaration of vibrant abundance and renewed destiny. With the rising sun as a symbol of infinite renewal, I now proclaim that this day is anointed with the blessings of profound abundance. I open myself to receive every bit of divine favor that the universe is poised to bestow upon me. Every canceled curse and every thwarted hostile design is replaced by a surge of creative prosperity, healing, and miraculous joy. I declare, today, every negative intention or adverse design is transformed into a channel for divine gifts and unexpected blessings. Every step I take is met with the enthusiastic embrace of infinite opportunities, each a testimony to the miraculous workings of the cosmic plan. I walk forward, empowered, resilient, and ever bright, knowing that my destiny is enshrined in love, protected by truth, and destined for transcendent success. Let these words not simply be spoken but be carved into the very fabric of my spirit. May every breath reinforce the truth that I am a magnet for divine favor, blessed beyond measure and secured by the eternal promise of heavenly interventions. A poetic covenant with the divine. As the early light paints the canvas of the sky with hues of hope and wonder, I offer a poetic covenant with the divine. Rise, O soul, amid the stirring light. Let every shadow yield to grace and might. No whispered curse nor plotted scheme can dim the flame of this eternal dream. For in each heartbeat, truth finds its art, a radiant beacon, a securely guarded heart. This verse is my sacred vow, a living testament to the power of faith, the beauty of resilience, and the ever-unfolding glory of divine love. Each line reinforces that every negative design imposed by the adversary is forever nullified by the overwhelming, transformative power of spiritual grace. The benediction of a transformed day. In closing this part of my prayer, I release these declarations into the vast expanse of creation with unwavering trust in their potency. May the harmonious interplay of these words mark the beginning of a day where every enemy plot is expunged, and every heart is uplifted by the divine promise of hope and renewal. O Lord of all creation, I thank you for this sacred communion and the steadfast guardianship that accompanies me always. I step into the day with a heart filled with gratitude, a soul alight with passion, and a spirit unbound by the limits of mortal fears. Let the divine symphony play on, the enemy's shadow evaporate, and the eternal light of truth guide every moment of my journey.